Everyone is saying pick Aguero. Others are saying Rooney is the obvious choice. But after looking at every single player in this Legends Assemble pack, I honestly think most people are about to waste their free selection contract because depending on the players you already have, the best player for your account might not be Aguero or Rooney at all. So in this video, I'm ranking all 11 Epic players, explaining who they're actually for. And by the end, you'll know exactly who deserves your selection contract. So let's go through every player, starting from the lowest priority at number 11, Dennis Bergkamp. Now don't get me wrong, Bergkamp is an absolute football legend, but unfortunately, this version just doesn't suit the current eFootball meta. He's an incredible passer. His dribbling is smooth. He can create chances. But today's game rewards quick acceleration, explosive movement, and players who can escape defenders instantly. Bergkamp simply doesn't have enough pace to consistently do that. If you're someone who loves possession football and enjoys technical players, you'll still have fun with him. But if your goal is simply making your team stronger, there are much better options in this pack. Next, Daniele Massaro. Honestly, this card isn't bad. He has good finishing, decent pace, solid movement, and phenomenal finishing is always a nice bonus. But here's the problem. Nothing about this card really stands out. He's good, but not game-changing. When you're only getting one selection contract, you shouldn't spend it on a player that's simply good, especially when this same pack has cards like Aguero, Rooney, Rijkaard, and Van Bommel. Compared to them, Massaro just doesn't offer enough value. Coming in next, Shinji Ono. If you enjoy technical midfielders, you're probably going to like this card. His close control feels really smooth. He's comfortable on the ball, but once again, we have the same problem. He's good, just not special enough. There are already plenty of quality midfielders available for free. So far, we've looked at the players I wouldn't prioritize, but now we're getting into the cards that can genuinely improve your team, starting with a player that a lot of people are seriously underrating. Coming in at number 8, David Seaman. Now, I know goalkeepers aren't the most exciting pick in the game, but hear me out. If you're still using a highlight goalkeeper, an old free card, or someone who's constantly going out of form, Seaman is actually a really solid upgrade. He's a tall defensive goalkeeper with excellent shot stopping ability, and because he's an epic card, he'll always stay in permanent B form. That alone makes him incredibly reliable. But here's the thing, if you already own someone like Oliver Kahn, Dida, Tech, or another top epic goalkeeper, don't waste your selection contract here. Seaman is a great choice, only if your goalkeeper is currently your weakest position. Next up, Marco Reus. Honestly, I think this is one of the most interesting cards in the entire pack. He isn't ridiculously overpowered, but he's incredibly versatile. You can use him on the wing, as an attacking midfielder, or even change your setup around him. His dribbling feels smooth, his movement is excellent, and Visionary Pass can create some really dangerous chances if you know how to use him. The only downside is that he isn't the fastest winger in today's meta. So, if you're expecting someone who's going to sprint past every fullback, that's probably not Marco Reus. But if you like technical attackers, quick passing, and creating chances, he's definitely worth considering. At number 6, Rui Costa. Now, this card is honestly complicated because if we judged him purely by his stats, he'd be one of the best attacking midfielders in this entire pack. Excellent dribbling, brilliant passing, great ball control, and phenomenal passing makes creating chances ridiculously easy. But there's one thing holding him back. Classic number 10. Some players absolutely love this playstyle, while others simply can't get it to work. If you already enjoy using classic number 10 players, Rui Costa can genuinely be an amazing pick. Next up, Paul Scholes. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on this card. The first thing everyone notices is low screamer. If you've used Scholes before, you already know how ridiculous his long-range shooting can be. Give him just a little bit of space outside the box, and don't be surprised if the goalkeeper doesn't even move. But what makes this card even better is that he isn't just a shooter. He's a box-to-box midfielder. That means he'll help in defense, carry the ball forward, support your attack, and still be there when it's time to unleash a rocket from 25 yards. If your midfield feels weak, Scholes could genuinely transform your team, especially if you don't already own another epic version of him. Now we're entering the players I'd seriously consider choosing. Frank Rijkaard. If you've ever played against a good Rijkaard, you already know how annoying he is. He wins tackles, intercepts everything, bullies attackers physically, and somehow always seems to be in the perfect position. The best part? This version is a destroyer, which also means you can comfortably play him as a center back if you want. That's what makes him so valuable. One card, multiple positions, and an incredible player. But there's one important exception. If you already claimed the daily game Rijkaard, I'd probably skip this one. So far, we've covered some really strong options. But now, we're moving into what I personally believe are the top 4 players in the entire pack. At number 4, Mark van Bommel. And honestly, I think he's one of the most underrated cards in this entire pack. He's an anchor man, which means his job isn't scoring goals, it's stopping them. He sits in front of your defense, breaks up attacks, wins physical battles, and gives your creative players the freedom to attack. But the biggest reason I like this card is long reach tackle. That's one of the strongest defensive skills in eFootball right now. It allows him to win balls that most midfielders simply can't reach. So if you're still using an average DMF, Van Bommel could completely change how your midfield feels. Maybe he isn't the most exciting choice, but sometimes the smartest pick isn't the flashiest one. Alright, we've reached the moment almost everyone has been waiting for. Aguero or Rooney? At first, I thought this would be an easy decision, but after looking at both cards, it's actually much closer than people think. Let's start with Wayne Rooney. First of all, don't expect Rooney to play like a traditional goal poacher. His biggest strength isn't constantly making runs behind the defense, it's everything he does before the goal. Rooney is the kind of striker who drops deep, receives the ball, turns quickly, links up with your midfield, and then suddenly appears inside the box to finish the move himself. That's what makes him so dangerous. He isn't just a goal scorer, he's involved in the entire attack. If you enjoy possession football, quick one-touch passing, or playing with 2 strikers, Rooney is absolutely incredible. He can create chances, score goals, press defenders, and even hold the ball under pressure. He's basically a complete forward. The only real weakness is in the air. He's not the striker you're crossing to every attack. But apart from that, Rooney does almost everything. For players who love link-up football, this card is an absolute dream. But then, there's the player almost everyone wants, Sergio Aguero. And after seeing this card, I completely understand why. This Aguero card is honestly ridiculous. First of all, he's a goal poacher, which immediately makes him one of the easiest strikers to use in eFootball. He'll constantly make runs behind defenders, attack space, and always be looking for goals. But that's only the beginning, because Konami gave him Blitz Curler and Low Screamer on the same card. That's absolutely insane. Inside the box, outside the box, finesse shots, powerful drives, Aguero has an answer for almost every situation. And because he's short, has excellent balance, and feels incredibly agile, defenders are going to struggle taking the ball away from him. Don't expect him to dominate in the air. That's never been Aguero's game. But on the ground, he's going to be an absolute nightmare. And for the majority of players, I honestly believe Aguero is the safest selection contract in this entire pack. So, after looking at every single player, let's answer the one question everyone came here for. Which player are you taking with your free selection contract? Let me know down in the comments. If this video helped you decide, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more eFootball content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.